Welcome to another piano lesson with Warren. My name is Warren McPherson. Thank you for joining me here today. So in this tutorial, I want to get a little bit into the advanced territory, and I want to teach you guys some of the licks that I use in my gospel tunes, some of the chords I use, and some of the scales that I run over certain chords, and how that all ties in theoretically. So for this tutorial, it's going to be focused on more of the advanced materials. So for my beginners and my intermediates, don't be dismayed, don't be discouraged if you don't understand everything that is discussed in this lesson. As always, all my videos will explain everything over time. But I know I have also some guys who are approaching advanced and they're looking for some additional material to spice up their playing. So I want to dive into that and show you some of the things that I do. All right? So songs, and we're going to take a look at the song in A flat today. And it goes like this. I love you forever with all my heart. I love you, yes, forever, forever you're my king. Let's try that one more time. That's all this song. I love you forever, yes, Lord, with all my heart. I love you forever, yeah, yeah, yeah. Forever you're my king. So that's all to the song. Start on the A flat, go for the B flat minor 7, and A flat 9, add 9 in first inversion. And this is a D flat major 7th. Back to A flat with E flat in the bass, then that's all to the song. So let's see now what we can do with it to bring some more harmonic interest. So one of the things that you can do here, they often do that in gospel. So they're on the 4, and they walk it down to the 2, minor 7th, and then back to the 1 chord with the 5 in the bass. Then let's try it again. Right here. So this is a 2 chord because the melodies on the E flat, it creates an 11th. So watch, I'm doing this nice stretch right here. There are a couple ways you can play this. If you're not able to do that stretch, you can just double up everything. So, I love you forever with all my heart. So this is a 5 sus, then resolve. Then I love you. You can do forever, forever you're my king. Let's try that again. So when I go to the 2, then I'm walking down from 6 in minor 11ths. So from the 6th chord, flat 6, minor 11th, to the 5, but it's a minor 11th, 5 minor 11th. So E flat minor 11th. Then this is A flat 13th. Then D flat major 7th, then, and the B flat minor 7 flat 5. Now this is something they do a lot in gospel music. When they go to the 2 chord, they play it as a minor 7 flat 5. The 2 chord is not supposed to be a minor 7 flat 5 in its diatonic form. You know, if we take A flat major and we build all the chords belonging to A flat major, 2 is supposed to be minor, so it should be a minor 7th. But oftentimes, they flat the 5, give you this flat 6 note right here, and it gives you a nice sound, nice gospel feel. And so, I love you forever. 6, 2, 5, and back to 1. Let's straddle that from the top. I love you forever with all my heart. I love you Now when we play this part of the song, when we're doing those descent in minor 11ths, if your left hand can't do the stretch, right here, this stretch, we have the octave, we have the 9th, and we have the 10th, or the minor 3rd right here. So it's a big interval. If you can't do that, you could just play everything up an octave with one hand, so you can do, and you get that same nice sound. Minor 3rd, minor chord, minor chord, minor chord. And this hand, I'm descending major chord, major chord, major chord. And that's the easiest way to think of a minor 11th chord is play a minor chord in the right hand, minor chord in the left hand, and a major chord in the right hand. And they're usually a whole step apart. So see, minor 3rd, if I go down a whole step to E flat and I play a major chord, so minor chord, major chord, you get your 11th. And you just shift that down minor 3rd and you get that nice run. I love you. Right? You get that. Then you can play this chord like that, which is just an A flat 13th, or the flat 13th. Whichever sounds better to you, and that resolves to a D flat major 7th. To the 2 as the minor 7 flat 5, B flat minor 7 flat 5. And this is what I'm doing right there. I'm walking 4 chord in first inversion, 5 chord in first inversion, and that resolves to 1. And there's so many little things you can do on that. I love you forever with all my heart. I love you you're my king. And that's called a turnaround right there. Oftentimes done in gospel church, where instead of going to the 1 chord, which is A flat, they go to the 6th chord and then resolve that 6th chord to a 2 chord but major. And then go back to that 1 chord 5 in the bass. Yeah, but you can use some cool passing chord going to that 6th chord. So, I love you forever, forever you're my king. You could do some passing chords like that right there. What I did there. So after I did, because the melody is doing this. Forever you're my king. So I say, okay, I can harmonize that note. So 4, I went to 6, then 2, ever, that's D7th, D11th, ever, your, that's G minor 7 flat 5, my, that's C7 flat, C9, C dominant 9, my king, and then I did this walk. Now let's break down that a little bit, tell you what's happening there. Cool, so we're going to 6, yeah? I know, all right, if I want to get to 6, one of the best things I can do some 2-5 passing to get there. So I have, I'm on B flat minor. I need to get to my next place. I need to get to 6. So what I did there, so this is what my bass is doing. How did I know that I can use a D7 11th right here? A D11th chord. How did I know that? Well, let's back things up. Using the cycle of fourth, if you notice, all these notes are fourth apart. Right? So you have ever you're my king, forever you're my king. So that's my B flat, and then I have 4 notes from there. And so I can do, see, I did some 2-5-1s to get me to F, D, so if I'm going to do a D on the G, what's the relationship between D and G? It's the 11th, yeah? So I know I have to make this D chord a 11th chord. And then my F, I know this is the 7th. I could have made this a flat sharp 11th, but I like the minor 7 flat 5 better. But I could have done anything on that G chord, as long as I'm harmonizing this F. Then the C7, that's going to resolve to the F. And it's also harmonizing that G. I could have made this also a flat 9, but I like the 9th. And then boom. So these are the things that goes through my brain when I start to map out how to get from point A to point B. You have to look what's happening in the melody, then look at how you want to set up your 2-5, and then fit that melody in there so it works nicely. And so you have forever you're my king. And that little thing I'm doing right there from the F, because again, F is going to resolve to D, to B flat 7. And so what I can do is walk down harmonizing notes going down. And this little turn. If you notice, if you study my playing, I use turns a lot. It's just something that's my signature. I like to use turns in my run. So I do stuff like... Then... Because remember, in the original progression, we have this minor 7 flat 5 chord that goes to this E flat 7. I mean, sorry, the A flat with the E flat in the left hand. And so, forever you're my king. Now, there are a couple runs you can do on that part of the chord right there. Once you do you can do stuff like, see? So how do I know what scale I can run right there? Well, once I did all this stuff right here, I'm technically in the key of F minor. I just sort of temporarily modulated to F minor. And so what are some of the scales I can use? I can use F minor blues. I can use the F blues scale, yeah? And so you will have it sound like this in context. So that's sort of the blues lick. And that's over a B flat 7, yeah? A B flat 7 chord, but I can use some blues lines over that. The other thing I can do, once I go to this chord, B flat major chord, or B flat dominant 7th chord, is not a native chord of F minor. In F minor, B flat is supposed to be minor. So the fact that I make B flat a major chord, B flat is the 5 of E flat major. So I can use scales from the E flat major key to play over that B flat chord also. So I can do... I just playing notes from the E flat scale right there. E flat major. And so I can start on any note from the E flat major scale and it would work. You have the Dorian, right? The Phrygian. You have the Lydian. You have the Mixolydian. You have the Aeolian, and you have the Locrian. All those are modes of the E flat major scale, and I can use that over the B flat major chord. Because once I play that B flat major chord, I technically am no longer in the key of F minor. So you see how I'm shifting in and out of keys. This is what we call modal mixture. And that's when it opens up the possibility for you to use different lines and scales. So if we take it back from here, forever you're my king, blues, then notes from the E flat major. So once I was on that F minor, I can use F minor blues. Once I get to that B flat chord, I can switch and start using notes from the E flat major scale. Pretty cool, huh? Now let's show you one more scale. When we get to this chord, before this, why can we run over this chord? Because you go, forever you're my king. We do all of that. Then you can play something like, what scale is that? That's what they call the Phrygian dominant. And I'm playing C Phrygian dominant. So that's the chord, and we're doing. In Phrygian dominant, the easiest way to think about Phrygian dominant, it is the fifth mode of the harmonic minor scale. You see why everything keeps going back to the major scale and the minor scale, guys? This is why I say you gotta learn those, because everything is gonna be derived from it. Now let's take it. If C, Phrygian dominant, is the fifth mode of the minor scale, which minor scale is C the fifth? F minor. So if I play F minor, harmonic minor, that's F harmonic minor. Now if I go to C, playing all those notes from the F harmonic minor, C to C, that's called the Phrygian dominant. And I can play that over this chord. A couple ways of looking at this chord. You can call this a D flat minor 6/9 chord. But if I play it this way, without the E flat, I get the minor 7 flat 5 chord. Either way, these two chords, you can play the Phrygian dominant over it. So I can do. Or and I know I've said this in the past, but my course on scales and the chords that they go with is coming out in a few weeks. So be on the lookout for that over at Piano Lesson with Warren, warren.com. You'll find my course on that will be coming out soon. In that, I'm going to explain to you in details how I know these things, how I know which chord goes to which scale. A lot of it's intuition, but there's some theory behind it. And that I'm going to share with you in that course. But for now, let's go back to the song. So we have forever you're my king. You know, blues scale. And we only have a limited amount of time, a window to fit that scale in. You don't have to play the entire scale. You can pick out some notes from it. So if we try to keep it to the grid, forever you're my king. See? You know? I just played some of the notes from the Phrygian dominant. So that's it, guys. Some cool things you can use to spice up your playing. And all these chords or runs or licks are things you can transpose to other keys when you're playing. So whenever you have those turnarounds going in songs, I love you forever with all my heart. I love you forever, yeah. Forever you're my king. Forever you're my king. Huh? I'm just having some fun there, guys. So, thanks again for watching. Yeah, hopefully this was insightful for the advanced players. Were able to make sense of this. I know it was sort of a lot compact in one video, but this is just to sort of whet your appetite. In that course, I'm going to break these things down in more details. It's going to take about 2 hours to really dive into this for it to make sense. So you can go off and do it on your own. For my intermediate and my beginners, you might like, whoa, what the hell did I just watch? Don't worry about it. Stick with me. Over time, all this will make sense to you. Yeah? So for those who understand it, go implement this in next week's service. Until then, keep singing, keep listening, and keep practicing. If you're new to my channel, please hit the like button and a subscribe. I would appreciate that a lot. And I have a lot of goodies going on at Piano Lesson with Warren, where you can get my full courses from beginners to intermediate advanced to start to shape your skills. See you soon in the next video and have a wonderful evening. Bye.